touch all your seatbelts, touch all your connections, touch your Hans. Just make sure you get everything like you want it. Favor, just touch all your seatbelts, touch all your connections, touch your Hans. Just make sure you get everything like you want it.
Well, good evening, Sigma Race fans. We come at you live here tonight for Brands Hatch for the second leg of the British Speedfest. A whole week of racing here at Brands Hatch. We already had the ARCA cars on the Brands Hatch Indy. Well, here tonight we're going to have Bridge to Cup on the full circuit, fighting for a good night of racing here. 48 laps the distance here in the British Speedfest. 120-mile distant race here today with your Bridge to Cup stars. Starting with the lineup here tonight, you got Joey Johnson and Shy Turtle starting on the front row. Behind that, you've got Santi Messi and the 68 of Finley Herwig on home soil here tonight, hoping to have a good run here. Behind that, you have Ride the Dinte with Rowdy Cannon Gage alongside the Outlaw Snake Plissken. Then it is Billy Lovejoy and Ralph Oberstadt, a pair of Dale's senior tribute cars there, with Lefty Turner and Sebastian Galloway Jr., your points leader right now. Behind that, you have Philip Purpura and Krista Cower, Trevor Vaden and Alex Sanvital, Chase Kovacic and Timothy Buchanan, with Sarah Taylor and Jonah Burge mid-pack here. Then is Ryan White, Alan Malcolm, Kyler Sestre and Andrew Moger, with Jack Davis and Justin Daytu, Silent Amethyst and Campbell Marsh, Tim Morse and Jeffrey Gerald, Cam Jordan and Adam Starr, Kat Durham and Ryan Little, with Davian West, Jason So, and Eli the Wolf rounding out the field once again here.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Should be a good race, folks. 48 laps. Might go by in a bit of a blur here today. We do have the truck race to follow on the Brands Hatch Indy circuit as well. But they're going to race the full circuit here tonight. And we'll see who comes out on top here in the Bridge to Cup action here at Brands Hatch road course. Going down the turn here and then on the uphill swing. This track so unique, so fun to watch, and so fun to race as well. 68's on the inside, trying to stick his nose in there with the 99, the race leader. Carries that momentum on the high side. He's going to get around the 82 of Joey Johnson here, but not quite. Joey Johnson fights back on the inside. Finley Herwig would love to get a win at the home track. Also another hometown driver in the field, the 95 of Sebastian Galloway Jr. So a couple drivers bringing it to home soil here tonight, fighting for all that they can get. Finley's getting his nose ahead of the 82. A good run here from the 68. Is going to try to move him up to second, but it's Shy Turtle out front with the early lead here tonight in Brands Hatch. Side by side still, they come rolling through the turn. Shy Turtle has a pretty steady lead at the moment. Here they come towards the front half of the racetrack again. The slow turn there gets them way down to speed. And this is a long winding turn where they can carry more momentum down towards the front stretch. Finley gets a run. He's gonna close the door on the 82 here. Got the inside line advantage, so he might be able to make it happen here on the downhill. And just like that, Finley settles into second, sets his sights on the Canadian ahead in the lead, Shy Turtle, the 99. For Finley, no wins this season. He would be seeking race win number 1 in the 2026 campaign. And of course, a win would lock him in to the full Cinda Cup chase. How fitting would that be to do it at your home track? A lot of racing still to be done here today. Not a for sure situation, but definitely has a good shot at it here today. Trying to run down the 99 of Shy Turtle. We're only in on lap 2 here, but let's go ahead and take a glance at the fuel numbers. 40 laps the distance. Everyone's gonna have to pit once here today. Kind of get the pick of the field when you want to make that pit stop. If you're gonna do it as an undercut, hold out and run as an overcut. Obviously, the window opens up anywhere after lap 9 here tonight, so could see some strategies unfold. As is customary in Sigma racing, cautions are disabled on the road courses. We only throw a caution if a car's flipping or there's, reasonable concern to throw a caution for a, field blockage. Cars are just stacked up, wrecked, and no passing is allowed. Something to that matter is the only way we will see a caution here today, which means the strategy definitely reigns far more important here today. Out of the gate, fastest lap belongs to Shy Turtle here at lap 3. They turned a minute and 30-second laps already. They're flying around the track. 1.31, 1 minute 31 seconds for Finley, and 1 minute 31.9 as well for Shy Turtle. 0.973 for Shy Turtle and a 0.983 for Finley Herwig. As you can see, he's starting to reel in your race leader, Shy Turtle. We'll see if he has the faster lap this time around after getting some clear track and room to move about. He's going to try to chase your race leader down. Going down the front stretch, this time lap times for your top 2 drivers. A 131.906 for Finley and a 131.857 for Shy Turtle. So Shy Turtle definitely throwing the faster laps down at the moment. But it's really tight, it's really close in the top 3. 4th place, it drops down to a 1:32, 1 minute 32 second lap. Santi Messi in 5th, Ralph Oberstadt 6th, Cannon Gage 7th. You have Sebastian Galloway Jr. running in 8th, Krista Cower 9th, and Billy Lovejoy your top 10. Kind of been kind of the mark of the season this year. Top 10 often have the speed in the race. We might be having 12 drivers in the full Cinda Cup chase, but really it seems to be 10 cars are really the class of the show here, week in and week out. And tonight is no different. Sometimes the last couple names change up a little bit. Tonight we got Billy Lovejoy and Krista Cower at the tail end of it. But Sebastian Galloway Jr. has been so consistent throughout the season here. Cannon Gage has really lit it up since switching to the Dodge Charger after being in a Chevy to start the year. Ralph Oberstadt, he's swapped paint schemes a couple times this season, but that number 3 is out there to fight for race wins. Fresh off of his victory last race, where we were at Richmond, number 3 of Ralph Oberstadt. So starting to build up that momentum, put himself in a potential fight for the championship. Santi Messi in the 5th position. He has been one of the toughest rivals on the racetrack. Everyone's out there to get him. He's out there to fight with everyone else. It's a kind of a situation where you've got a driver that's really good, has really great equipment, but has not been able to convert to near as many wins as you would have expected from that 84 car this season. Snake Plissken moves up a spot here into 4th. The accolades keep stacking up for this 81, the Outlaw. Your 4 race wins with the ARCA Series last season in his rookie campaign. And then he's up to 3, looking at 4 wins perhaps in his rookie campaign of Bridge to Cup. So all he does is wins. Doesn't matter what car you throw him in, he is a wheelman. The Outlaw of Escape from New York and Escape from LA fame, Snake Plissken. Don't cross the snake. He'll ruffle some feathers out there, rattle the cage. We've seen a couple times where he's out there bumping and passing, and it comes with the territory. I'm sure, you know, getting aggressive, being the Outlaw, taking names, and whooping some tail. That's what the 81's good at. And then, of course, Joey Johnson of the Jimmy Logano Racing Stables. This 82 has had a good season here this year. He is a perennial contender for the title already. And the season's just about 2/3 of the way done. So keep an eye on Joey Johnson with these last couple races to go in the season. But how about Finley Herwig on the home track here today, running in 2nd. He's got his work cut out for him trying to catch Shy Turtle, your race leader. Shy Turtle, kind of a shyster. A lot of the field has been into some bump-ins with the 99 of Mr. Turtle. You know, you gotta make yourself a name one way or another, and if it's it doesn't always have to be a positive name. It doesn't always have to be a negative name. Just build a persona and people will follow. And a lot of people tune in to see what Shy Turtle's going to do next. It's definitely one for the record books. You know, this wild child that puts on a great show every week from Canada. while we are about 8 laps into this race so far. Let us take a glance at the point standings here through the season so far. Sebastian Galloway Jr. with the points lead, 30-point lead over Snake Plissken, 31-point lead over Lefty Turner, 35-point lead over Joey Johnson, and a 68-point lead over Cannon Gage. Shy Turtle, 161 points back. He's still mostly locked in, but your deficit is very important in this full Cinda Cup championship. The best way to explain it, if you roll into the full Cinda Cup chase with a 10-point lead over someone. Here, let me pull up my notes here. It'll be, I guess it'll be divided by 4. So if you have a 4-point lead over second place, the deficits get quartered, or cut by dividing it by 4. And someone that has a 100-point lead will only have a 25-point lead in the full Cinda Cup chase. It's kind of interesting. Basically, everything still matters all the way through the regular season here, and a lot is in the balance with the points that you're accumulating right now. So with Shy Turtle being 161 points out of the lead, if we did the full Cinda Cup reset right now, he would walk into the chase with a 40-point deficit from your points leader. And whether or not there's a quarter, basically it'll be a 0.25, a 0.50, or a 0.75. We will round it up to the nearest. So if it's a 40.5, for example, we'd round it up to the nearest whole number. And the only time we would round down would be if it was 0.25. Give the drivers at least one extra mulligan, I guess. Oh, a point. You're looking at increments of a point at that point. But it's definitely interesting. It's hard to explain. I hope I did it justice by explaining it. But even the regular season points deficit means something for this this chase format that we have, the full Cinda Cup. Very interesting and peculiar because most formats don't even look at stuff like that, but we are. And so for someone like Finley Herwig, who has not yet won a race, but could tonight with a little bit of luck, he is mired deep in our point standings this year. It's not been a pleasant year. He's 19th out of 37, 411 points to the race lead, or the point standings lead. Well, of course, like I said, divide that by 4. He will be only 102 points out from the championship leader at that point. So a lot can change with this points reset. We're still honoring, we're still crediting these drivers for their regular season accolades, but at the same time, kind of shrinking the gap to help them have one more valiant push at the end of the year. Well, at the moment, Finley not really closing the gap all that quickly here. You can look at the delta. It is currently 1.64 seconds, the advantage to Shy Turtle. We'll keep an eye on this delta. For now, we'll have it on the screen for your viewing. Welcome aboard, folks, for tuning in. Thanks for your support. It is the British Speedfest week here in Sigma Racing. All week long, we'll be racing here at Brands Hatch. Different configurations between Cup, Bridge to Cup, ARCA, and trucks. Tonight is the second of that swing. Finley was a 10th faster that last lap, so we'll see if he can keep knocking off a 10th to the race lead here. For Brands Hatch, not often do you see many passes being made here, but the racing is always pretty good. So regardless of the passing, we do have strategy that would unfold here tonight and could shake up this running order significantly. Finley Herwig in the Hyundai. Home soil here, the 68, having a good run. His countryman in the field, the 95, Sebastian Galloway Jr., also running in the top 10. We'll go ahead and go through the field here, as third place belongs to the 82 of Joey Johnson. Fourth place, it is the 81 of Snake Pliskin, followed by Santi Messi and Ralph Oberstadt. Ken Gage running in 7th. Sebastian Galloway Jr. running in 8th. Krista Cower in 9th. And Billy Lovejoy, your top 10. It's a big gap back to 11th as Philip Purpura holds on to that spot for now. Alex Sanvital, Lefty Turner. Once a points leader, he has struggled lately. Has fallen back to 13th here today. Second in the points to Sebastian Galloway Jr. Then it is Trevor Vaden, followed by Timothy Buchanan, Chase Kovacic, Alan Malcolm, Jonah Burridge, and Sarah Taylor, with Andrew Moger and Campbell Marsh. That's your top 21 here in the field. Ryan White, Justin Day 2, Silent Amethyst in the 24th position. 25th place belongs to the 17 of Jack Davis. His teammate Jeffrey Gerald right behind them. LFG Motorsports running 24th, 25th, and 26th. Followed by the Subaru here of Adam Starr. 29 there of Tim Morse in the Audi. Toyota Supra of Ryan Little. Kat Durham in the Cadillac. Kyler Sestry in the BMW with the 65 Toyota there of Cam Jordan. Davian West in the Ford having a decent run at the back half of the field here. And then it is Jason So and Eli the Wolf rounding out the field here today. Two drivers almost ran near identical laps here at the lead of the race. And Finley lost some time on that last lap as the 99 starting to stretch it back out. Well, at the moment, seems that Finley Herwig not really closing the gap on Shy Turtle all that quickly here. He might be playing the long game here tonight, trying to figure out the right time to pit early, take the undercut, and try to outduel the 99 of Shy Turtle. 16 laps in so far. We are about halfway through a fuel run here at Brands Hatch. But of course, Shy Turtle has led all the laps here so far. Got some takers on pit road, actually. Cat Durham, Jeffrey Gerald, and Jack Davis. Couple teammates and the 35 for Trackhouse B taking the undercut. They are good to go to the finish here. They know that. They are clear of the fuel mileage game. So now that kind of opens up Pandora's box here as to what the rest of the field will decide to do. Alrighty, we have a whole slew of them pitting here. That is the 82 of Joey Johnson on the undercut. The 84, Santi Messi. The 3 of Ralph Oberstadt. The 98 of Krista Cower. The 28 of Billy Lovejoy. And then another group, 41 of Alex Sanvital. The 1 of Lefty Turner. The 18 of Trevor Vaden. The 44 of Chase Kovacic. The 40 and a handful more at the back. It seems like this is the window for everyone to start coming in. A couple of your leaders, though, trying to cut this race maybe down the middle a little bit. Trying to stretch it to at least lap 19 or 20 here of 48, which would then leave it as a 28-lap charge to the finish. Leaders stay out another lap here, stretching it to lap 19 and 20 perhaps. there you have it, your leaders coming in at lap 20 here. Not right down the middle, but pretty close to it. They're going to have a 28-lap push afterwards here. Finley really did close that gap up on Shy Turtle. He's going to be hoping for an expertise pit stop here to maybe get by the 99. We're going to see, though, of the folks that stayed out the longest here, those that pitted early might be able to hopscotch them here. Perfect timing for both your leaders as they roll right back out, but here comes the 82, full speed ahead. The advantage of fresh tires out there before everyone else. The undercut strategy is going to move them up a couple spots. Look at the number 3, Ralph Oberstadt, making up some track space here. It'll take them about maybe a half a lap here to get up to full speed. Your 2 drivers that stretched it as long as they could here. There might be a pass waiting to happen here. The 82 with the momentum, with the strategy, the undercut, gets by the 68 and has his sights set on the 99 of Shy Turtle here, your race leader. Fastest lap in the race and has led every lap so far. Now he's going to have to defend against the 82 as his tires are still cold, getting up to temperature here. 82 is going to go low, and he's going to get the lead and nab it away from the 99. Strategy is that this warm-up lap for your 2 leaders, it's going to take them a little while, and it'll come back to them. The pace, the speed. Wow, look at the 3 of Ralph Oberstadt. Bulldogging his way through there, gets alongside his teammate in the 99, and they're drag racing down the backstretch. Top 2 positions have swapped hands here at lap number 21 here tonight, as strategy was the name of the game. Getting them up front, stealing the lead from your leaders. Now with your new leaders kind of setting sail, cruising at the front here. It's going to take Shy Turtle and Finley Herwig a little bit of time to get their speeds right. The hard part is trying to tell if that is the last round of pit stops here today. Some folks might try to make this a 2-stop type of race. I don't know. The advantage is not exactly there to make it work, but the NR AI have made some odd choices before, so I would not be surprised if we see everyone pit a second time here tonight. Well, we are officially halfway through today's race here at Brands Hatch. 24 laps in, 24 laps to go. New fastest lap belongs to the number 3 there of Ralph Oberstadt. And as of right now, it's about a 4-car breakaway at the front of the field. Joey Johnson has been leading since the round of green flag pit stops here and has not looked back since blowing by the 99 of Shy Turtle to steal that race lead away. This in its own has got to be kind of a stunner because I don't think anyone had Ralph Oberstadt circled to be a road course star like he is here today. That number 3 looks stout, looks fast, and has a shot at fighting for the race win here today. Gonna have to find his way around Joey Johnson. He's running about as far back as Finley Herwig was on the race lead earlier here today. A 1.48 second deficit, 1.46. It's kind of hard. Once you get out front, you kind of just check out. Getting that clean track and the free domain to roam at the front only kind of makes it so that the guy behind has no shot at catching you or passing you. Kind of weird how that works, but we did see a pass for the race lead here. The 82 took it on fuel mileage. Pit stop strategies. He was able to get in earlier and run quicker laps while your leaders stuck it out a little bit longer. And they ended up paying the ultimate price here as that cost them the race lead. And it also cost Finley Herwig second place on the racetrack. Have another move in the background there. The number 2 of Cannon makes a pass. He gets by the 98 of Krista Cower. 84 there of Santi Messi also gets by Krista Cower, as Cower is now under attack by the 81 of Snake Plissken. Snake Plissken running in 8th, Billy Lovejoy in 9th, and then Sebastian Galloway Jr. rounding out your top 10. Ralph loses some more ground there, falls back to 1.58 seconds out of the lead. Battle starting to brew for second place here as Shy Turtle and Finley Herwig have both caught up to the back bumper of the 3, Ralph Oberstadt. as the old tires start to wear out a little bit later here in the run. Those newer tires, the fresher tires, are starting to kick it in a little bit with your lead too. But the crazy part is how Joey Johnson, even with older tires, he's driving away from third on back and still building the gap to his favor. Well, now we are down to just 20 laps left to go. And in another 2 laps time, that could open up that final window for those that do decide to make it a 2-stopper here today. It's going to be hard to say if there is much of an advantage to making it a 3-stop, or rather a 2-stop race here at Brands Hatch. Well, we are down to just 13 laps left to go. Next round of pit stops have been underway here, and it's shuffled Shy Turtle and Finley Herwig back to the lead. Finley is now the closest in striking distance he's been for quite some time here, right up behind the 99. But they're going to have to pit at least one more time, make it to the finish here tonight. We saw the undercut. We saw the 3 of Ralph Oberstadt pit the earliest, followed by the 82 who stayed out a lot longer. You're going to lose about 40 plus seconds on pit road with a green flag pit stop here. And as it sits right now, these two are staying out a lot longer than they would probably desire to be. So this strategy kind of gets put into a bit of a tailspin here the longer they stretch it. The interesting part is they could come out with about about 10 laps to go and try to push with the fresh tires at the end here. It could be a game changer, but they're going to lose so much time staying out this long. Already, Ralph Oberstadt 37 seconds back. If these two pitted right now, they would lose probably about 5 to 6 seconds on what would then be new race lead. And they're dealing with lap traffic right now, which is greatly it's dampering their run here on the mileage as well. But Finley's right there in striking distance on the 99 of Shy Turtle. It's Hyundai versus Cadillac for the race lead here with 13 laps left to go. Just like that, Ralph Oberstadt knocks off another 2 seconds in race pace here. Those two staying out up front keep losing more and more time to your eventual race leaders that are going to be coming back to the front here. Now for Shy Turtle and Finley, it's hard to say whether they're just going to go in for a quick gas and go on their pit stop here today. As you can see, Finley is toying with the idea of getting a bye. He's going to pass the 99. 99 makes his pit stop happen right now. Finley, on the other hand, is going to stretch it another lap with 12 laps left to go. And he'll actually lead at the home track here in Britain. We have one retirement in the field, a tire failure from the number 8 of Campbell Marsh, and a blown header on the 24 of Snake. No, that would be Kyler Sustre in the 24, not Snake Plissken. Got numbers mixed up there. Snake Plissken rolling into the pits there just as I mentioned his name. And so now rejoining the racetrack, you see the 82 blows by. 99 rejoins about 12 car lengths back from your second place driver on the field. And what will be your new race leader, the number 3 of Ralph Oberstadt. Shy Turtle's getting past here for position. That is the number 2 of Cannon Gage making the move there. For Finley, it looks like, is still managing to stay out here. I don't know if he's going to save enough fuel. Yeah, he's pitting here with 10 laps to go. So from 10 laps to go, he's going to have to get back out there in a quick fashion. With 10 laps, I mean, he could still make up that time. We'll have to keep an eye here on his pit stop. He's definitely going to lose the lead here. I don't know if they'd go by doing a two tire stop, but you don't typically see that here in the game. It does not usually. 2 tire stops are almost impossible and non-existent, it feels like. He's going to jump out right behind Cannon Gage, but he's going to have the freshest tires to push all the way to the finish here. We'll see if Finley has anything for your lead trio. Meanwhile, Cannon Gage works his way up to third here. Second place, it is Joey Johnson and Ralph Oberstadt, the race leader. Well, now the big concern will be how long does it go before Ralph Oberstadt's tires fall off the cliff. His lap time this last lap was already a 1:32.087, so he's nearly fallen half a second off of his fast time here. While the likes of Shy Turtle just turned a 1:33.0. He's still actually much slower than Cannon Gage, who's got third place at the moment, 1:32.043, 1:32.043 for your second and third driver, each one on an identical lap time there. And Joey Johnson a little bit quicker than Ralph Oberstadt. But the laps are ticking away pretty quickly here. Not a lot that can be done to make up the differences that have fallen upon these drivers now. Finley's 11.4 seconds back. He's going to have to knock about a second and a half off a lap even to make it interesting. And it all kind of came down to making that pit stop. When they decided to wait as long as they could, it really put them in a bind. And so for Finley, he stretched it a lot longer than he probably needed to. The return on investment just is not there for stretching that fuel window out, because the drivers out there on fresh tires are killing it and putting together quicker lap times and driving away with it, just as we're seeing here with the 3 of Ralph and the 82 of Joey. Oh, we had a blown engine, the 70 of Ryan White. We're going to go ahead and throw the caution for that one, as the oil down is pretty dense on the racetrack here. Blown engine from the 70 of Ryan White. It's going to force this thing into a restart here today. And everyone's going to get stacked back up for one final restart here today. We'll see what happens. Don't typically get cautions here at the road course, but we'll see what comes of it here. Ralph will lead them to the restart here tonight, as he's got the lead over the 82 of Joey Johnson. Third place, Cannon Gage. Fourth place, Shy Turtle. Fifth place, Finley Herwig. Sixth place, Santi Messi. And it's Krista Cower, Snake Plissken, Alex Sanvital, and Billy Lovejoy, your top 10. Only one car, one lap down here, the 00 of Eli the Wolf. That's going to be a quick caution. It'll be about 2 laps under the yellow here, and we'll be back to racing shortly. Everyone has kind of made their bed here. They're not going to want to pit, as they're going to be just trying to push what they've got to the finish line now. Eli the Wolf gets the wave around here. Ralph Oberstadt will have to have the restart of his career. Try and keep this lead away from the Hungry 82 car. Ralph has put himself in a position to go back-to-back races. We haven't had very many back-to-back winners in this campaign, but we did have one earlier this year when the season started. Back at race 1 and 2 Armory, Digital Superspeedway, and Daytona Superspeedway. Campbell Marsh won back-to-back events. It happened yet again later in the year at Evergreen Speedway in Monroe, followed by Kentucky the next day, where the 82 of Joey Johnson won back-to-back races. Oh shoot, my bad. I was missing a race in the midst of that there. The last race was actually won. No. Oh. I haven't updated the points yet, have I? And the points on the website. Which race was the last race? Richmond. And we also had Cannon Gage go back-to-back races on Indianapolis and Cleveland. So it's, but yeah, now my point's null and void because I'd forgotten there's a race missing from the calendar here. Missed Richmond. It's already happened here on Monday. Forgot about Richmond. That's right. It's all kind of coming back to me. Well, either way, Ralph Oberstadt is seeking race win number 2 on the season here. It's been a late season resurgence for Mr. Oberstadt. 1 win, 5 top 5s, 13 top 10s. The 13 top 10s is a mark of consistency that very few drivers have been able to match this season. Philip Purpura, amazingly enough, in the 6th position in the points. He has 4 top 5s and 9 top 10s, which is actually pretty wild. And Sebastian Galloway Jr., your points leader, 6 top 5s and 14 top 10s. The consistency there is pretty stellar as well. It looks like Sebastian's going to have a rough restart here outside the top 10. He's going to be restarting 16th there with his work ahead of him to make the passes to get up in some better points-paying positions. New fastest lap in the race set by Snake Plissken before the caution fell here. Doubled up, and we'll get back and rolling here with 5 laps left to go. Ralph will lead that inside line back to the restart here. Pace car pulls off. Flagman with the green in hand, ready to go. We're back and racing here. Who's going to get it? Win the British Speedfest here tonight. Basically like we just reset the race, double file all the way through the field. What could possibly go wrong? Ralph gets the lead here. 82 is going to have the inside line, though. This could be a battle all the way to the back side of the track. Ralph closes the door right about there and gets the lead. Sole possession of the lead away from the 82. 99 making a move here on the inside of Cannon Gage. 68 of Finley carrying the momentum on the long run here, going down the hill. He's going to outbreak the 99 and try to get 4th place here. 82 not giving up. He's fighting hard as he can to get back to the number 3 car. We're running out of laps here tonight. Finley gets into 4th place and is going to close the door on the 99. That has been a battle all race long. Those two have not given an inch to each other as they continue to battle side by side going down the front half of the track here. Finley finally closes the door and takes over the 4th position here with just 4 laps left to go. Meanwhile, Ralph Oberstadt, he's going to be trying to break the draft behind him. Joey Johnson might be able to sneak by him here, but we will see. They're all bunched back together, tight for the battle. But passing is at such a premium here at Brands Hatch that it's almost impossible to make a move unless you've got some strategy to get you around the other guy. This is kind of a special event here tonight since this is the first time Bridge to Cup has come to Brands Hatch here in Britain. The sole reason of this has pretty much been the international flair, the growth of the series, having drivers like Finley Herwig and Sebastian Galloway Jr. in the field has given us the reason, you know, to come to this racetrack on all 4 accounts of Sigma Racing here this week. And it's put on a good show. I like this track. I like the layout. Strategies definitely shook it up a little bit. It hasn't just been a simple follow the leader affair. And now with just 3 laps to go, an up-and-coming rookie superstar of the Sigma Racing League, Ralph Oberstadt, holds off a hard-to-defend Joey Johnson and even Cannon Gage there. The stud in 3rd place, but he's under attack as Finley, he is dipping in deep to his reserves here today, trying to get that 68 to do things that it often would not do. He wants to get at least a podium here as he's going to get around the 2 of Cannon Gage. The longer these 2 race side by side, the further the leaders are going to drive away from this. So Finley needs to make quick work of rowdy Cannon Gage here, and he does just that. But the lap times are working against the countryman from this area here in Britain. His home track, he's had many memories coming to this racetrack, watching Euro NASCAR, and tonight kind of gets to live the dream as a racer on the track, putting on a good show. That 68 Hyundai has been fast, just has not had the right strategy call yet to put him in the position. But we know that he's got the freshest tires. Your leaders, they all stayed out. 68 of Finley, he pitted on the very end of the run. So this caution was the big break that he needed. And as you can see here, this lap time, a 132.9, 132.9, and a 132.9. They are all within the same bracket. But Finley had to slow down his lap because he was side by side battling for 3rd place. So and as you can see, he's going to start closing the gap on the 82. A miraculous comeback for the 68 of Finley. Piloting the Jacob Schengel Racing Hyundai here tonight. I think this is the only track he really had circled all year long. Coming to the home track, getting to see his family in the stands. JSR definitely put as many of their resources into this 68 machine, this hot rod for Brands Hatch, and man, he's got a shot, but it's running low on laps to make it happen. 5th place up for grabs here as the 84 of Santi Messi is trying to get around the number 2 of Cannon Gage. Meanwhile, the 68 having to get experimental with his lines here to try and make something happen. 99 of Shy Turtles closing back in on him here. Ralph Oberstadt's got 2 laps left to go. Finley can see both of them right ahead. Here he is making another good, bold advancement on the 82. He was by far a half second quicker than your leaders, so he's got to find the move. He's got to find the spot on the track. Finley has the speed, but does he have the time? There we go, making a move on the 82. And he's going to be able to carry that momentum into the long stretch of the racetrack. The long downhill break zone here. Loses the spot to the 82 again here, and that's going to help Ralph Oberstadt start to stretch it out just a little bit. But the 68, there's blood in the water. He's got it. He's got a car. And will he be able to make the move before the white flag waves? Wow, what a move there. The 68 goes wide. The 82 maintains his position here. And the 99's there knocking on the door as well. Finley is running out of corners to make something happen. A podium very much in his view. His run here tonight, very much a podium caliber run, but he wants more than that. He wants a better finish than 3rd or 2nd when you've got both spots right there in your target. Going to try it again here, but I don't know if he's going to have the right approach. 82 gets a little bit loose there. 68's going to carry the momentum and stay behind him for this run. If he can get around the 82 and just charge down the front, he might be able to make something happen. But at the moment has to settle for staying in 3rd. He still has a couple more shots this week to fight for the win. He's going to be in the truck race, and he's going to be in the cup race here at Brands Hatch as well. But as they come around the last set of turns here tonight, Ralph Oberstadt's held this lead and has not looked back since. Didn't even have a caution phase him here tonight. The number 3 Cadillac, Recording Brothers Motorsports, looking to take win number 2 and continue to just skyrocket up the point standings here. Ralph Oberstadt wins this race here at Brands Hatch. Gets his 2nd win on the season and a great points day for him. Finley kind of in must-win scenarios here. He had to get up there to fight for the win, and he was there. Brings it home on the podium at his home track. 2 spots short of the top spot. The rest of the field here, finishing results as we scroll through the field. Ralph Oberstadt, your winner. Joey Johnson in 2nd, Finley Herwig in 3rd, and Shy Turtle finishes in 4th. Then it is Santi Messi, Cannon Gage, Snake Plissken, followed by Krista Cower, Billy Lovejoy, and Alex Sanvital, your top 10. Then it is 11th, Timothy Buchanan, teammate to the 68 of Finley Herwig. Another hometown racer there gets a top 15, finishing in 11th, followed by Chase Kovacic, Sebastian Galloway Jr., who should be able to maintain his points lead. Just got bested by Trevor Vaden at the line for 13th. Then you had Sarah Taylor, Philip Purpura, Lefty Turner in 17th, Jonah Burridge in 18th, Alan Malcolm matching the number on the door there, 19 in 19th. Andrew Moger brings it home 20th, Tim Morse, followed by Justin Day 2, Silent Amethyst, Jack Davis, Kat Durham, Jeffrey Gerald, Ryan Little, Cam Jordan, Jason So, Davian West. Adam Starr runs it out of gas on the last lap. He finished 21st. And Eli the Wolf, puttering around at the back, brings it home 32nd on the lead lap, believe it or not. 3 retirements out of the race, the 70 of Ryan White, the 24 of Kyler Sestre, and the 8 of Campbell Marsh. Marsh is continuing to dig himself a deep hole with the full Cinda Cup Chase Championship just around the corner here. He's locked in with his 2 wins, but points are not in his favor right now. But Ralph Oberstadt gets his 2nd win, and within 3 weeks, he's been to victory lane twice. What could have been with Richmond, where he was leading there as well. I mean, we've seen so many of these drivers that have been in the mix to win these races, and they just, bad luck strikes them down. But when it's good, it's good. When it's bad, it's bad. And tonight, it was really good for the number 3 team of Ralph Oberstadt. That is race 21. We have 3 races left in the regular season here before the full Cinda Cup Chase kicks into full drive. And I'm excited. The rest of June basically concludes our regular season here. Some other things have come up here tonight, so I'm not going to be able to do the truck race with our broadcast here this evening. So I'm going to try to shoot for tomorrow with the truck race, simulcasted with the cup race, which will be a little bit longer. So, but thanks again, folks, for tuning in. Hopefully enjoyed this Bridge to Cup race from Brands Hatch. Our British racers in the field definitely put on a good show, and one of our American-made Ralph Oberstadt gets the job done here, winning it here at Brands Hatch, getting that international win in the pocket. Points I should be able to get tallied up within the next week or so. I want to get them tallied up ASAP, but we'll see where the busy schedule takes me. Looks like I got everything there. Yep. Okay, cool.
Frank, did you have any ignition problems?
So yeah, some of your big time guys are falling backwards, and some of the underdogs are rising to the top. This chase, it might be a reset, but we might not have much points to reset if they get all tied up at the top of the leaderboard. So it's already tightening up without the chase, you know, put into full effect. So could be wild, could be crazy, and we'll see what happens here in about 3 weeks' time when the chase does officially kick in to overdrive. But other than that, folks, thanks again for tuning in here tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed the race. We'll try to get back on schedule this week. We still got 2 more races, and I'll try to fit them in tomorrow, and we'll go from there. So thanks again, everyone. Have a great night. Stay safe out there, and until next time, it's